You fertilize your tomatoes, you follow the instructions, you add more when the fruit doesn't come, and still, lots of green, little harvest. The plant grows beautifully, but the basket stays half empty. That's not a coincidence. That's a systematic problem with the wrong nutrient. Most tomato fertilizers are rich in nitrogen. Nitrogen drives leaf growth. Fast, visible, impressive. That is exactly why it's on the label. It looks like results. But a tomato plant that gets too much nitrogen puts all of its energy into leaves and shoots and produces hardly any fruit. You buy a fertilizer that makes your plant big. But big is not the goal. Full is the goal. And for full, the tomato needs a different nutrient, one that almost no commercial fertilizer provides in sufficient amounts. That nutrient is called potassium, and there is a plant that contains it in a higher concentration than barnyard manure, from a soil depth your tomatoes could never reach on their own. The Amish gardeners in Lancaster County have used it for generations. They no longer buy bottles of tomato fertilizer. And today, I'll show you how to do the same. Bucket, a few leaves, and 3 weeks of patience. You'll learn first what potassium really does inside a tomato plant and why the moment you start fertilizing is just as important as the fertilizer itself. Second, which plant provides more potassium than almost anything at the garden center, and how to turn it into a liquid fertilizer in 3 weeks. And third, when and how to use it so the effect actually reaches the plant. Let's start with the biology, because once you understand this, you'll never fertilize blindly again. A tomato plant has 2 modes. In the first mode, it grows. It pushes out shoots, builds leaves, expands its leaf surface to capture as much light as possible. This is the nitrogen mode. Nitrogen is the building block for chlorophyll and amino acids, for everything that is green and growing. If you give a tomato plant a lot of nitrogen, it stays in this mode. It becomes big, bushy, dark green, and impressive. But it remains in growth mode. In the second mode, it reproduces. It sets flowers, pollinates them, begins to develop and fill fruit. This is the potassium mode. Potassium regulates water transport in the cells, strengthens the cell walls, controls the opening mechanism of the leaf pores, and signals to the plant that resources should now flow into fruit, not into more leaf growth. The problem with most commercial fertilizers for tomatoes is that they support the first mode, not the second. Even products marketed as tomato fertilizer often contain more nitrogen than potassium, because nitrogen delivers fast, visible results and therefore sells better. The plant looks great, but it doesn't produce what you want. What you need during the flowering and fruiting phase is a clear dose of potassium, and exactly when the first flowers open, not earlier and not later. Too early, and the plant is still in growth mode and uses the potassium inefficiently. Too late, and the flowers have already faded and fallen off before the nutrients arrive. Timing is just as important as the fertilizer itself. Remember that. We'll come back to it at the end. And now I'll show you where to get this potassium. Not from the store, from your garden, for free. There is a plant you buy once, and after that it provides you with potassium 3 to 4 times every summer. It is called Bocking 14 Comfrey. In German, Beinwell variety. Bocking 14. What makes it so unusual? Its taproot drives straight down, well over 3 feet deep, into soil layers that normal vegetable roots can't access at all. At that depth, minerals accumulate over the years after being washed downward by rain and seepage. Bocking 14 pulls that potassium back up and stores it in its large leaves. When you cut and process those leaves, you have free, high-quality potassium, pulled from a depth no bagged fertilizer could ever reach. For comparison, Bocking 14 leaves cut at the time of flowering contain about 5 to 7% potassium based on dry matter. That is more than barnyard manure, in some measurements 2 to 3 times as much. No product at the garden center comes from such a deep and natural source. Important, the right variety is crucial. Common Comfrey sets seed and spreads uncontrollably. Bocking 14 is sterile. It stays exactly where you plant it forever. You buy it as root cuttings, not as seeds. 2 to 3 plants are enough for a normal garden. Now, you know what this plant can do. Now, I'll show you how to turn it into a liquid fertilizer in 3 weeks that replaces a bottle of tomato fertilizer. The recipe is simple. The preparation takes 5 minutes. Time does the rest. Step 1. Cut a strong arm load of comfrey leaves. wear gloves because the leaves are covered in fine, stiff hairs that can make your skin itch. The best time to cut is in the morning when the plant is still fresh. Step 2. Pack the leaves into a bucket with a lid. It should hold at least 10 liters. Weigh the leaves down with a stone or a piece of brick so they stay below the surface. Add half a liter of water or simply let the leaves rot on their own without water. Both methods work. Step 3. Put the lid on, place the bucket in a shady spot far enough away from the house. And here is the most honest statement in this video. What happens in that bucket smells so strong after 3 weeks that it will make your eyes water. That is normal. It is not a sign that something has gone wrong. It is the smell of decomposition. And the result is concentrated liquid potassium. Step 4. After 3 to 4 weeks, the liquid is dark brown to black. Pour the contents through a coarse sieve. The solid remains go on to the compost. What remains is your concentrate. Step 5. Dilute 1 to 10 with water. 1 part concentrate, 10 parts water, until the liquid has the color of weak tea. Use this solution directly. How often and when? Pour the diluted solution every 1 to 2 weeks around the base of your tomato plants. Not on the leaves, not on the stem. Start only when the first flowers open. Before that, it is too early. The plant will still put the potassium into leaf growth. As soon as flowers are visible, that is the right moment. How much? Around 2 to 3 deciliters per plant per application, no more. Potassium in excessive amounts blocks the uptake of other nutrients. Less and regular is more effective than a lot all at once. One final point before we get to the conclusion, and it decides whether you'll see a difference in 4 weeks or not. Most gardeners who start using liquid fertilizer make one mistake. They don't stop. Liquid fertilizer is a potassium booster for the flowering and fruiting phase. Once your tomatoes are carrying ripe fruit and the plant enters ripening mode, it no longer needs another potassium boost. Continuing to fertilize at this stage does nothing. The plant can no longer process it in a meaningful way. The window is from the moment the first flower opens until the first fruits begin to ripen. During this period, apply every 1 to 2 weeks, then stop. And one more point, never pour the liquid fertilizer into dry soil. Water the plant normally first, then add the diluted solution. Dry roots absorb concentrated nutrients poorly and can develop stress. Moist soil, then fertilizer, always in that order. Commercial tomato fertilizers often provide too much nitrogen and too little potassium. The result is large, green plants with little fruit. Balking 14. Comfrey pulls potassium from a soil depth no fertilizer can reach, and in 3 weeks, you can turn it into a liquid fertilizer that completely replaces a bottle of tomato fertilizer. 2 to 3 Balking 14 plants in the corner of the garden. Buy once. After that, they provide raw material 3 to 4 times every summer. Ik zal easy anders for liquid fertilizer as mulch directly around the plants, as an activator for the compost. If you want to learn more about this plant, why it was taken off the market in several countries, and the 5 different methods, then watch the anchor video we linked above. And one question directly for you. Do you already use Balking 14 in your garden? What has worked best for you? Liquid fertilizer, mulch, potato trench? Write it in the comments. The best experiences from your community will go into the next video.